Evening, everybody, or good afternoon. Welcome to Vincent's Kitchen Quiz. Evening if you're in Ireland, Britain. Afternoon if you're in North America, maybe Chicago. So you're very, very welcome. Get yourselves all relaxed and get your teams ready and your pens and papers. We should be on both Facebook Live and hopefully on YouTube. So just let me check a couple of things while you get all settled in. We'll be starting at 6:30, by the way. So the rules are very simple. The rules are really dead simple. There's only one key rule, and that is no answers on the feet. We will hopefully get better at this as the weeks go on. I currently can only watch comments on Facebook. So if you're on YouTube, which is totally fine, let me just turn this down. I won't be able to respond to any comments, but we're going to fix that. So listen, you're all very welcome. This is my first attempt at doing a kids quiz, and I know there'll be adults playing, and I know there's adults who play maybe at the weekend quizzes on a Friday or Saturday, and they're maybe going to do this as well. So this is good. This is really, really super. And it's something that I'm very enthusiastic about, particularly in these strange times where we're not at school or whatever. So this is fun learning, and we will get better at it. So this evening we've got 3 rounds in store. I've got 3 what's missing. I'll tell you more about that in a second. We've got 3 questions on the Titanic. We've got 3 questions on the human body, and then fingers crossed, we've got some images and some pictures. We've got some logos. You have to identify the brand from the logo. We've got some famous landmarks. We've got some flags. We've got some animated characters for the adults. And then we'll finish with 3 sports questions, 3 ancient civilizations, and 3 planets from the solar system. So a nice spread. So wherever you're tuning in from, you're very, very welcome. Every answer is worth a point. I'm not quite sure whether I've got 10 images or 13, so bear with me. As anybody who attends my normal quizzes knows, I'm not that clever in the old technology, but I don't give up easy. So there's at least 10, but maybe 13. Yeah, it's a bit like that here. It's a bit relaxed. So you've got a total of either 30 or 33 points. Okay? So just write down what you know, what you think you know, and at the end of each round, just post your team name and your score, and maybe where you're from. That would be really dead useful. Okay, so it's 6:30. We'll go. We'll make a start. So your first round, your first 3 questions are 3 what's missing. So what I want you to do, I want you to scribble down the names or the places or the books in that order. You scribble them down, and then you figure out which one Vincent hasn't given you. So you figure out on each what's missing. So question 1, what's missing? Okay, so you write these down, and then you figure out between you which one I haven't given you. Okay, and remember, no answers on the feet. Okay, I give you, scribble these down: dopey, bashful, happy, grumpy, sleepy, sneezy. So I give you dopey, bashful, happy, grumpy, sleepy, sneezy. Who haven't I given you? Okay, so that's your first. What's missing? Okay, if the subtitles are coming up and it's not picking up my accent, can't do anything about that. So I give you dopey, bashful, happy, grumpy, sleepy, sneezy. But I didn't give you what? So that's your first. Okay? What's missing? Number 2. These are places. So you have to figure out what I'm talking about. Good luck with that one. You have to figure out what I'm talking about and then you figure out what's missing. So I give you Asia. Write these down. Asia. Africa. North America. South America. Europe. Australia. I repeat. I give you Asia, Africa, North and South America, Europe and Australia. But which one have I not given you? So which one have I omitted? Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Europe and Australia. I'll leave that one with you for a few moments. Oh, I should have said there's some thanks. A thanks to Alan Kirk, who helps me do all this stuff with pictures and my technical ignorance. Leanne for prompting me to do this in the first place. For Niall encouraging me to start this evening. And to Kira and to Lisa, who helped me just make sure that I'm on the right track. And a big happy birthday to Alana Mackay. Alana, big birthday tomorrow. Lots of love. Happy birthday. We do requests on Vincent's Kitchen Quiz. Okay, you ready for what's missing? Number 3. I'll give you a bit of time because there's a bit more scribbling down here. I give you Philosopher's Stone. Philosopher's Stone. Am I going too quick? I give you Chamber of Secrets. I give you Prisoner of Azkaban. I give you Order of the Phoenix. I give you Half-Blooded Prince. And finally, I give you Deathly Hallows. What have I not given you? I'll just go through those one by one. Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban, Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blooded Prince, and finally Deathly Hallows. Which one have I not given you? Okay. How are you getting on with your what's missing? You getting on okay? Okay. So that's your first 3, what's missing. And I'll do a quick recap at the end of round 1, 9 questions in total. So your next set of 3, 4, 5 and 6 are all the 3 questions around the Titanic. Yep. So 1, pretty straightforward, I think. 2, less so. And number 3 is a bit of a test. But I'm told you're smart kids. So I wasn't to go too easy on you. So 3 questions on the Titanic. So question 4. First question on the Titanic. Quite simply, where was the Titanic built? Where was it built? That's first question on the Titanic, or question 4 in our quiz. Stepping up a notch. The Titanic's maiden voyage to New York set sail from which English port? So on its maiden voyage to New York City, it set sail from which English port is your Titanic question number 2. Yes, Brendan. Okay, occasionally on my quizzes where I think there's a particularly difficult question, I make a unilateral decision. Why, you ask? Well, I can. But where I think nobody in their right mind has a chance of getting it. So here's your million pointer. Okay? So you get a bonus of 1,000,000 points. It's just a bit of fun. Okay, so it set sail from the English port that you're figuring out or have already figured out. But where in France did it stop? So the Titanic maiden voyage to New York set sail from which English port? And then it stopped at a French port. Where? That's your 1,000,000 points. Okay. So 3 what's missing? And 3 questions on the Titanic. Your next set of 3 and our final set of 3 in round 1, giving you a potential maximum of 9 points, are 3 questions on the human body. Okay, this is a bit like what's missing. So I give you, so jot these down like before. I give you smell, I give you taste, I give you hearing, I give you seeing. What have I not given you? Smell, taste, hearing, seeing. And what else? Jean, can you pretend to be 11 years old? Yeah, you can. Quite easily, Jean. Give you smell, taste, hearing, and seeing. And what? Second question on the human body. The largest organ in the human body is what? The human body's largest organ. Potty says, well done you P6s, you've been amazing and working really hard during lockdown. So, well done Potty's P6s. Where was I? This is where I was. Your final question in round 1, and again on the human body. So we did smell, taste, hearing, seeing, and the human body's largest organ. And then we finished with this one. Tricky. Where would you find the smallest bone in the human body? It's called the staples or stirrup. So where would you find the smallest bone in the human body? Called the staples or indeed stirrup? Where? Okay, so we'll do a quick recap. I give you the 3 what's missing. Remember that? I give you dopey, bashful, happy, grumpy, sleepy, sneezy, and whom? Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Europe, Australia, and Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban, Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blooded Prince, Deathly Hallows, and Titanic. Built where? Maiden voyage to New York, set sail from which English port? And your million pointer, where did it stop off in France? Smell, taste, hearing, seeing, and what was missing? The human body's largest organ. And where would you find the smallest bone in the human body, called the staples or stirrup? So that's your first round. I'll give you a few moments to agree with your teammates and correct your parents, because they'll be giving you curveballs and this. Don't listen to them. Okay, your answers to round one. Don't be bashful, happy, grumpy, sleepy, sneezy. I forgot deliberately to give you doc. Well done if you got doc. Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Europe, Australia. I didn't give you Antarctica. Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban, Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blooded Prince, Deathly Hallows. In between Prisoner of Azkaban and Order of the Phoenix was Goblet of Fire. Titanic was built in Belfast. Maiden voyage to New York City, set sail from the English port of Southampton, and the maiden voyage stopped off in Cherbourg. Your million pointer if you got Cherbourg. I give you smell, taste, hearing and seeing, but I didn't give you a sense of touch. The largest organ in the human body? Skin. Tricky. And where would you find the smallest bone in the human body, called the staples or stirrup? In your ear. So there you go. How did you get on out of 9? Post those old scores with your team name and where you're from, and let me know how you're getting on, because that's important to me and it'll help me plan ahead. Okay, so your next round is fingers, legs, arms crossed, is or picture round. So you're going to get either, I've already told you, either 10 or 13 images. I hope it's 13, but certainly at the very least I hope it's 10. So the first two, indeed, nay, the first 3 you have to identify the brands or the companies from the logo or the image. Have you got that? So I give you the image, a logo, and you have to identify the company or the brand. Okie doke. So, Jean got them all right. You like being 11. Company or brand number 1. I'm watching some of those scores come in. Yous are very smart. Yous are smarter than even I thought. So well done. Keep posting those scores. That's really important to me. The scores in your team name and where you're from. That's important as I plan ahead for our future kids quizzes. Okay, so that was brand or company number 1. Number 2. Identify this brand or company from this image, please. Thank you. Okay, and Number 3. Yep. You'll know it, but will you know it? Brand number 3. Alrighty, so there were your 3 logos or images. You had to identify the companies or the brands. Your next 3, and there's a couple of extra points. In this first one, there's an extra point. So these are all world famous landmarks, the next 3. So you identify the landmark, and your bonus point in this one is where would you find it? Okay, so the landmark, you tell me the landmark, and also for an extra point, so there's 2 points here, where would it be located? This is landmark number 1. Okay, so High Helen, Macrofelt and Buckinghamshire. Wow. Okay, next one. Just tell me this famous landmark, please. Just identify this famous landmark for 1 point. Okay, and your final landmark, the landmark please, and the country. The landmark and the country for 2 points. Okay, so there's 2 points for that last one, the landmark and the country. Now we've got a couple of flags. So from the flag, you give me the country. Flag number 1, the country please. Okay. Number 8, flag number 2, quite simply, the country. Keep your parents right here, by the way. Okay, and it may be your final 2, but I hope it's not. So thank you for your understanding and empathy there. 2 animated characters. Character number 1. Okay, you found that one okay? Character number 2. Okay, so this is where I'm unsure if we've got the extra 3. I think we do. If we do, the first one is another country from the flag, if we're successful. Country from the flag, if we're successful. Yippee! I think we were. We're now getting carried away. Country from flag. This is number 12, your penultimate one, the one before the end. Country from this flag. Hard. Hard. Okay, and your final image or picture. Another animated character, please. This is your final 13 images. Animated character, please. Okay, so how'd you get on there? 13 available points. Just a very quick fly through. I'll just quickly go through them. Fandabadozi. Okay, so your answers to round 2, there were 15, because there were 13 images. Yeah, I think that was correct. Yeah. Okay, first brand was Adidas. Second brand, Nike. Third brand, tricky. Well done, anybody who got Hollister. I showed you an image of the Eiffel Tower. You got 1 point. If you said it was in Paris, you get an extra one. Great Wall of China, the Taj Mahal, the country India, flag number 1, France, flag number 2, the USA, animated character from Toy Story, Forky, Nemo. Then we had the Canadian flag. Well done if you got Canada. Probably our hardest flag. Well done anybody out there who got Germany. And then we had grew from Despicable Me. So there you go. There was 15 points. So that means thus far you have a potential for 24. Isn't that right? 24. Okay, so we'll go into your final round. Your final round, we've got 9 points available, so that will take you up to our maximum of 33. Excuse me, if that makes sense. Okay, your first set of 3, I'm going to give you 3 sporting competitions, and from the competition you identify the sport. Does that make sense? So I give you the competition and you give me the sport. Sport in competition number 1. The sport, please. Wimbledon. The sport. Wimbledon. Sporting competition number 2. The World Series. The World Series. Identify the sport. And your final competition, identify the sport. The Super Bowl. The Super Bowl. So I give you Wimbledon, the World Series, and Super Bowl. 3 sports. Four, 5, and 6 after your 3 sports of Wimbledon, World Series, and Super Bowl are 3 ancient civilizations. So 3 questions on ancient civilizations. Number 1. The Vikings come from what sub-region of Northern Europe? Sub-region of Northern Europe, usually covering Denmark, Norway, Sweden, and Finland. So the Vikings come from which sub-region of Northern Europe? Give me the sub-region, usually covering Denmark, Norway, Sweden, and Finland. The Vikings, the sub-region they came from. Thank you, Jean, for the encouragement. Because I didn't know. Sure, we're good. That's why I want the scores, and then I know whether it's just right or... Number 2. The Great Pyramids would be associated with what culture or ancient civilization? The Great Pyramids would be associated with which culture or civilization? The Great Pyramids. And your final civilization, you're all very civilized, your final civilization question. What civilization developed in an area that includes southeastern Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, and western portions of Honduras and El Salvador? The civilization, please, that developed in an area that includes southeastern Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, and western portions of Honduras and El Salvador. This civilization. So that was 4, 5, and 6, your 3 civilizations. That last one. The civilization that developed in an area that includes southeast Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, western portions of Honduras, and El Salvador. Bit of a testy one there. Remember to keep your parents right on these. And your final set of 3 in tonight's first kids quiz. Thank you for tuning in. 3 questions on the planets of our solar system. Very simple questions, but are the answers simple? But you're smart. You've proven that already. So here we go. Planet in our solar system, number 1. Give me the smallest planet in our solar system. The smallest. Well, heck, if you ask for the smallest, you surely have to ask for the largest. So the largest planet in our solar system. The smallest, and then the largest. And then our very last question in tonight's quiz, the end of round 3, and I'll do a quick recap as always. Final question on planets in our solar system, excluding the dwarf planet Pluto, so forgetting about Pluto, so there's no controversy. What is the most distant planet orbiting the Sun? The most distant planet orbiting the Sun in our solar system, outside of Pluto, because it was a planet and now it's not a planet. So no controversy, forgetting about Pluto, the most distant planet orbiting the Sun. Okay, so let's do a very quick recap. I'll give you a few moments just to argue with the folks and put them right. 3 sports. I give you 3 competitions, but I want 3 sports. Respectively, Wimbledon, the World Series, the Super Bowl. Civilizations. The Vikings come from which sub-region in Northern Europe, usually covering Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland. This sub-region where the Vikings came from, it's the sub-region I'm looking for. The Great Pyramids would be associated with which civilization? And I was looking for the name of a civilization that would be associated with the area of southeastern Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, western portions of Honduras and El Salvador. The name of that civilization. Planets in our solar system. The smallest, the largest, and the furthest orbiting the Sun. So there you go. How did you find that last round? Okay. So we have a total, yep, if my maths are correct, and as everybody will testify, it's rare that my maths are right. I think we've got 33 points. So at the end of this little broadcasty thing, keep posting your team name and how you've got on out of 33, and important to me where you're from. And I'll keep you posted on any future kids quizzes or stuff that we're doing. So thank you for tuning in, and this could be good. This could be good. Wimbledon, tennis, World Series, well done if you got baseball. The Super Bowl, well done if you got American football or the NFL. The civilizations, the Vikings come from Scandinavia. The Great Pyramids would be associated with ancient Egypt. That civilization, Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, El Salvador, well done if you got the Mayan or Maya civilization. The smallest planet in our solar system, well done if you got Mercury. The largest, excellent if you got Jupiter. And the furthest from the Sun, orbiting the Sun, furthest planet from the Sun, Neptune. So there you go. How'd you get on? Was it okay? Was it too easy, too hard, just right? Either way, I hope you had fun, and hopefully we'll do it again. And thank you for tuning in, and thank you for watching either on Facebook Live or on YouTube. And stay tuned, stay safe, and I'll let you know about any future events. Like or follow Vincent's Kitchen Quiz, and please, if you haven't already, subscribe to Vincent's Kitchen Quiz YouTube channel. That would be the only thing I ask. How's that for a deal? Okay, listen, thank you. Keep posting those scores, and I'll see you soon. Well, you'll see me. Okay? Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy Premier League football. And keep posting those team names and those scores, and we'll be in touch. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Bye bye.